Hello. Okay, so I am taking a walk and I keep seeing references to the cherubim. So someone here could be connecting with that. For like the last few days. Cherubim. The color red, strawberries. So something grounding, anchoring. And it's funny because we just had an eclipse when I'm recording this, and we're having an upcoming, I believe it's a partial solar eclipse. And I just entered through the lobby in the building I'm staying in, and the song Totally Eclipse of the Heart was on. If you know that song. So feel free to look up the lyrics or listen if you don't know. But it's really interesting because the other day I was sort of thinking about the symbology of eclipses. With like our own auric field. And yeah, like what happens during an eclipse and how this can happen with us energetically, etc. Yeah, and then I hear the song Total Eclipse of the Heart. And as I was walking, I saw a license plate with a number, and as I'm literally saying this, there's a license plate driving by with the number 333, and I just sent my friend a message at 333. So you could be seeing 333, but the number was 832 and then TF, and now I'm seeing N99. So TFN, any of those initials, CHER, I'm hearing. So it's funny, it spells share or sure, and I was hearing the song Do You Believe in Life After Love? It's like one of her, but specifically there's an episode of The Good Place and 222 on the timer where that song is played, Do You Believe in Life After Love? But it's like a glitch from Janet, if you know the show. She's like not a human, basically, and it's glitching singing that song because she tries to keep a bunch of humans in her void. Oh my god, all of a sudden all this crazy things start happening. The wind picked up. Hold on, I'm gonna have to pause. Okay, my apologies. The wind, the train, a dog just ran up to the dog I'm with, all started happening at once when I was turning a corner. So makes me feel a little bit chaotic at times. A bunch of kids are running at me. Hold on. I'm trying to find a less windy place. And anyway, so yeah, you may be like turning a corner, and now I'm walking by a license plate 911. Wow. So when I googled the number 832, because it was with TF, I happened to put twin flame, but I really do try not to just I'm glitching myself, subscribe to any labels necessarily. Sometimes there's just certain words that I'll get messages through. Yeah, and it was talking about letting fear and doubt sort of just, if it comes up, but basically you're aligning in harmony with whatever you associate that sort of dynamic with. And yeah, even though all these crazy things are happening right now, all of a sudden it was so quiet. So it's just a quick transmission that wanted to come through. And again, I apologize for all the external noise, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to post this, but all of these messages were like coming in at once. So, okay, hold on. And over the last few weeks, there's been numbers that I've been feeling guided to look up, and I've gotten the same message at least 3 or 4 times about alignment and harmony. And I've been really tuning into the 11th and 12th Stargate network systems connected through Lyra, which I was thinking about today. Is like 11th house energy, and obviously 7th house energy with all this relationship, 3rd house communication. So and the Patreon overflow, I just did the vertex, and anti-vertex came through in astrology, which, if you're not familiar, is all about fated relationships. And now I'm seeing 111, 2111. Yeah, so there definitely seems to be an emphasis and a focus on fated relationships, if you will. And it does feel like it's expressing through like weaving all through areas of life. So romantically, platonically, business, you know, pets. Like, it just feels like it's I heard the word spillage. I don't even know if that's a word. And yeah, so it's funny, I'm looking at the curb and half is yellow and half is red. So as I'm walking along the yellow, and it's like, you know, yellow proceeding with caution, red stop. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but I am. So there could have been something that has been like sort of stop and go, or multiple things. Yeah. Let me see what else is coming through. Yeah, you know that expression, so common, one door closes, another one opens kind of thing. Someone just opened the door, and that's what I heard. So yeah, basically it's like trust what's leaving. I'm seeing a bird in the clouds, and I'm also seeing an inchworm and the Cheshire cat from Alice in Wonderland. Pink flowers. And I just heard snake eyes. Oh my god, what is snake eyes? Yeah, like when you roll dice and 2 ones are snake eyes. I don't know, that could be for someone. There could be so many messages within that, but... And now I'm hearing the song When Two Become One from the Spice Girls. I've been hearing that song off and on for a long time, actually. Oh, man. Okay, I'm inside now, so if you are still here through a bit of that chaos, I was like thinking when I paused on the elevator of like, oh, should I post this? Should I not? Because of all of the chaoticness. But I really do feel like it's part of the energetic transmission that's coming in, and I do feel guided to still post. So if you're hearing this, and obviously I chose to go with posting it, but yeah, now I'm hearing an ambulance, which I have not been hearing many ambulances, and I've been here for like multiple days. So the fact that I saw 911 and now there's an ambulance, all within this, I don't know, 10 to 12 minute period. Excuse me. I'm not really honestly getting a specific message with that. It's just the blue flame, if you know, you know, or if not, if that sounds familiar to you, that's coming through. I'm just pausing and sitting with this for a moment. Ooh, my right eye just started to like, what's the proper word? It itches now, but it was like, almost like sparks of energy like floating through my eye. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm hearing the word luminary. Okay, luminary. A person who inspires or influences others, especially one prominent in a particular sphere. And then also a natural light-giving body, especially the sun or moon. So the sun and the moon can be symbolic for you. And interesting that the word sphere, because I've been talking a lot about the different spheres of planetary bodies and the intersecting spheres, the different realms, layers of the veil being peeled back as we continue to like traverse these different epochs and time spaces through the spheres, and also like the musical spheres of the cosmos have been coming through, celestial spheres. So yeah, any of that could be coming through for you as well, or you may be feeling called. It's 111 on my timer again, so I've been seeing a few people talk about the like a Kazemi, and especially connected to like the planet of Venus, relationships, love, higher octaves of love, the high heart, thymus, activation, embodiment of the unconditional love template or the crystalline heart, crystalline core of the earth. All of these emanations of light, fractals, are really like pulsing in right now. So yeah. Another blurb from the number 832 that came up. This number is a reminder to focus on positive energy and to avoid getting caught up in fear or doubt, which I did mention. Your angels, of course, that's what it says here, are supporting you in finding balance and harmony within your relationship. So, you know, whether or not you're in a committed relationship, this feels like relationships in general, relationship to the self, to, you know, the elemental kingdom, to the natural environment, whatever you believe in terms of like spirit, source, any other word that you'd like to use. So yeah. You may hear the dog that I'm watching in the background whimper a bit. Sometimes he does that. Maybe you've cried recently, or maybe you're in for a good cry. Or maybe someone you feel really connected to has been crying, or maybe both. I'm hearing, I was just seeing multiple things. I saw dragons, the Fae, Ganesh, and again, like cherubim are coming through. Also, like ancient Grecian statues. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to call it. I just saw 14 on the timer. Lots of numbers. 14. Number 14 is a sign of encouragement and support from the divine realm. A direct reminder to focus on creating a healthy relationship with yourself, which is an important factor when embracing new. It can also signify a transitional period in your life, but here is a message from your angels reminding you that solid foundations, and then it trails off, and I'm not guided to go deeper with that. It also talks about focusing on your own growth now means that you and your Oh, the phrase twin flame keeps coming through. I really don't want to use that phrase. We'll come back together even stronger. Please take that how it resonates for you. I'm not here to push any agendas on anyone. And it says if you've already met, seeing the number 1414 is a sign that one phase of your relationship is coming to an end and a new one is beginning. So yeah, again, please take that how it fits for you. And that is all for today. Thanks. Or at least for this transmission. I know that I already said this is all and goodbye, but I just re-listened to the audio that I recorded for the first 15 minutes of this transmission, and I noticed that I often sound annoyed when I'm talking about certain things, and I'm not annoyed at all. I love doing this, so in case it comes off that way, I'm just trying to be as honest as possible, that just certain, labels and names and phrases come through, and it's really hard for me to say them sometimes because of sometimes these energetic dynamics come through, and there's just so much that gets attached to some of these buzzwords, and so I really don't want to be spreading into that, I guess you can say. But sometimes we do still need words, to describe some of the energetics or dynamics that come through. And I have listened to quite a bit of perspectives and opinions about a lot of these different phrases and dynamics that come through, and it's I guess I'm still just finding my way of how to express what I feel through the energy without giving too much weight to some of the already existing definitions, I guess you can say, to some of these things, or maybe interpretations is a better word. So I just wanted to explain that because it almost feels sometimes, I said, I sound like I'm annoyed, but I'm really not. I'm more just how do I express this? So thank you so much for your patience and bearing with me through that. I'm also seeing a diamond shape and a baseball field. So that could be something for someone. I also will hear people say evolving past certain energy dynamics or certain labels. And it's so interesting. My perspective on that has gone through so many layers because these messages just continue to come through. And although I do my best, I said, I don't really want to be plugged into a specific subscription of a label, I guess you can say. I really am doing my best to honor what does come through, and wherever anyone is on that, spectrum, because all of this, is supposed to be growth toward our own unfolding of our inner development. So just a little background on that, because it felt it just felt that's what I felt I wanted to express. So thanks again for listening, and if you have anything to say, I would love to hear. And I think that's all for now. officially this time. Thanks.